just got to refresh my YouTube, make sure it's all working. All right, looks like we're live, Roachy.
Oh, yeah. G'day, everyone. How's it going? G'day, Landy. How you going?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm just reading through the comments already. Roachy and I were just only got on 10 minutes ago and just doing a bit of a catch up. So we haven't had a chance to see the comments, but we can see that Marky Lavell's in there. Roachy's on his YouTube account, so if you want to get his attention at all, just tag him by going in if you're on a computer at Roachy.
Yep.
And then I'm on the Camping with Mates one. If you want to get my attention, just tag me in that one as well. We've got Karen in there. Happy birthday to Jamie the other day. Looks like you guys had a great weekend away.
Yeah.
Good set.
Happy birthday.
Where'd they go, do you remember?
No, I'm not sure where they went, but
yeah, nice, it looks good though.
By the looks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's saying hello. G'day, Karen.
Huey Joey.
G'day, Wixie. Josh. Mrs. G, how you going? Marky Lavelle, how you going, mate?
I just saw this comment here from Karen. We'll be tuning in from the car. Jamie has a hottie out for a date.
Fair enough.
It's good to see Greggy Campbell and Huey Joe on there as well. Hope you're going well, boys.
Yeah. G'day, fellas. How's it going?
Ed's on there as well. Fantastic. Be starting to get a bit cold down south, I reckon.
Yeah.
Camping Oz. Wixie's on. Awesome.
Yep.
Wixie goes away this weekend, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Lucky Wixie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I need it. Craig from out there touring, how you going?
Yeah, g'day, Craig.
He was out swimming this morning, was he?
Yeah, yeah. He's
Martin.
Doing the fitness thing and getting out swimming, and that's good to see. Good, keep up the great work, Craig.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Jeff's on there as well. All right, we've got about 34 on. That's awesome. We just going to have a bit of a general chit chat for a couple of minutes to let people get on, but this will be saved anyway, so people can go back anytime and watch it. But tonight we've got some important information just about the camp. Mainly in regards to booking the camp. We're going to talk a little bit about merch, and then we'll have just a bit of chit chat at the end. Any questions, let us know. So yeah, on the weekend just gone, Roachy, Brad Howe and myself went over to Clarence Town, and we met there with the new caretakers, and they're really switched on, hey?
Yeah.
They know their stuff and they're pretty hard working. How long were we there for, talking to them, sorting out a few things?
Oh, at least an hour and a half, I reckon, talking with them in the office there, and then we stayed there another extra half an hour, 45 minutes, and had another walk around the park itself. So, yeah, we were there good 2 hours. Yeah,
I can see Terry G's on there. That was good. I was looking at your boards earlier, because I've got one of your Mr. Buckaroony boards. I think I won that in something.
Yeah.
They're good. Yeah, and Buck's on there. I tell you what, I think Buck's going to have to hit the gym and stop drinking after that singing he was doing. He had a few pounds on him down on the water.
Yeah.
Maybe he caught a few fish.
That's why he's now going on a fitness kick. He's he said the other day in his live feed, he's going to get fit. He's going to get off the grog.
Saw David Leeworthy's on there as well. And we know that David is booked in, which is awesome. So basically what we did, we had a bit of a look down at the actual campground. It's looking really schmick at the moment. Like, it's as good as I've ever seen it. They've got a new bitumen road that goes in to the the little roundabout part where the jetty and piers are, and that's pretty good, like real smooth, because before that they just had gravel. So that's a good upgrade. Hey, Lukey Reed, hope you're going well down there. Lukey Reed, we're just actually chatting about you on the weekend. Do you know whether yet you're coming or not, or whether you're a possibility? Just tell us in the comments. Mad MUX Adventures, how you going? I see the turtles. There's Jack Turtle.
Yep, Jack's on. G'day, Jack.
Yeah. Anyway, so the campground's looking really good. We looked at the areas again and a few of the sites where certain people were. And there's a few people that we might, after talking with the caretakers, might give them a call and suggest maybe a better spot for their setup. But the main thing that we spoke to the caretakers about was just the bookings, how they're going, how many vacancies there are, some of the sites we spoke about, and just a few of the little things that we're going to talk to you guys tonight, just to make sure that everything runs smoothly, and that you guys are in the best site that you can be for you, and our check-ins go really well, because there's going to be a lot of people checking in, and we want to make it run smooth. So Lukey Reed's a maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, Spirit of Tassie. Yeah. So yeah, Lukey Reed, if you end up coming up, make a good trip of it. Boyd's on, another person that we spoke about on the weekend when we were checking the bookings.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone's saying g'day to one another. We've got 44 on. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we might get straight into it. So one thing that we, after talking to these caretakers, and they're really switched on, and they're all over it, and they're already starting to contact people. So probably the first thing is, when we're going through the bookings, there was a few people there that we weren't sure about whether they were part of the Camping with Mates 3-day weekend camp, which obviously can be longer as well. So Rochi's just going to mention a few of the things that when you ring to book, what you need to have, and maybe if you've already rung or emailed your booking, maybe you've left out some details that you need to add to them. So I'll pass it on to you, Rochi.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, it was a really good day we had on Saturday with the caravan park there. We had a lot of discussions on what we want to do and how we want to do it and what we need to do going forward. Some of the discussions we had was over the actual people booking in camping, and I'll get into that in a minute. But pretty well, we spoke to both the caretakers, Marie and Rod, and they were really helpful with everything, and they've helped us out to get it to where it is now. But so they've asked us if we could ask everyone that's coming to the camping event if they could be booked in and fully paid by the 18th of July. So there's still a few months left to sort out any niggly sort of things that might arise. So everyone needs to be paid in full by the 18th of July. We'll put a post on Facebook and probably do another YouTube live feed at some point anyway. So yeah, we'll keep reminding people anyway. If you've already paid your so you don't have to be paid in full just yet. Pay your deposit now or whenever, as long as it's paid in 18th of July. So the other thing was, when you do ring, or when they ring you, you need to, they want to ask some certain questions. So they want to know what type of setup you've got. So whether you've got a caravan, a tent, camper trailer, or a rooftop tent, just so they can allocate sites to everyone. And there are different size sites. So that obviously depends on what size setup you've got and how many, sort of people you got and all that sort of thing. So they'll ask that question when they ring you or when you ring to book. The other thing is they want to know numbers of every campsite. So every campsite that is booked, will there be 2 adults, 2 children, or whatever the case is, and also dogs and what type of breed of dog. So they want to know, if you're bringing your dog, yep, great, you're allowed to. That's not a problem. They just want to know roughly. You don't have to give specific details, just one dog, type of breed, whatever it is, because a lot of areas and a lot of caravan parks, things like that, they don't like dangerous dog breeds attending, so which I don't think anyone would have, but they just want to check that off anyway. It's just a criteria thing they've got to check off. So yeah.
And with your caravan, if you can know the size of it too, because there's a few sites there that, like most sites, you're going to get a caravan in, but there's some that would be better for bigger caravans than others.
Yep.
The ones that probably Well, the ones in the unpowered sites, so you guys need to do that too. But if you're booked into a powered site, it'd probably be wise just to touch base and just mention your setup. Currently, all the powered sites are fully booked. Okay, so there's a little bit of room to move a couple people around depending. There's one site there that's got a tree in it, which you could get a small van in. So, for example, the van that Steve and Annie have, you'd fit that one in there fine. You just park it, park the van one way, your vehicle the other. A few of the powered sites are drive-through sites, so they're a little bit narrower, but they're longer. And then there's one site that's powered that's a little bit on the smaller side. Once again, you get your van in there fine, but like if you've got a very big setup, that wouldn't work for you. So best to get in touch with them. The other thing too, so your site covers you for 2 adults, 2 kids. After that, you can pay for extra adults or extra kids. Kids under 5 are free, but it's a maximum of 6 to a site. So I think there was someone that had like 7 or 8, and they would have to book over 2 sites, or they at least need to ring the caretakers and talk about that, because maybe the extra ones are real little kids. I'm not sure exactly whether the caretakers will say that's fine or no, you need an extra site.
Yeah. As the caretaker said on Saturday, Landy, some people have booked actual site numbers and some people haven't. So it's to help with the allocations for all the sites. So, you know, some people might have rang up and said, they've looked at the map online and they said, I want site 15. That's fine. You can have that site. It's just got to, work out all the other sites for anyone that hasn't actually booked a definite site number. Yeah. So that's mainly what that's part of as well.
Yeah. There's some sites that are a little bit, not many, but there's some sites that are a little bit unlevel. So probably the most level sites are in that middle big unpowered section. The other section's still fairly level, but it's a recommendation if you've got a van or a trailer that you'd want some sort of self-leveling setup, which I know most people have anyway.
Yeah.
But I think the main ones were the ones along that back row. I'm just going to quickly get a map up. I won't share the map, but I'll just get it up so I can say which numbers. Yep. And we have had a few cancellations, which is fine because people's arrangements have changed. So that's freed up a few spots, but it also means that there's maybe some good sites that people might want. They're available.
Yeah.
That's not the right one. So sites, people are still loading. Sites 89 all the way to like 74. They're the ones, they're really good sites. You've got a paddock that goes onto the back of you. They're quite large sites, but they are a little bit unlevel. There's a couple there, I think it was 87, 86 were quite unlevel. Like, once again, you'd be fine if you could level your van, but there's a few ditches there. Whereas the other ones from sort of sites 85 to 74, they're more just a gradual slope. So if you've got a leveling system, it'd be fine. Heaps of room out the back. I think that's it as far as sites. There's a few people that were booked in certain sites, and the caretakers are getting onto you guys through email and phone calls to make
some people have already been called, and yeah.
So it's really important. Yes, you know what you're coming with your setup, size, who's there. Pay in full by July 18th. If you've already paid a deposit a month before, you're going to get, they'll get in contact with you as a reminder. And you need to let them know that you're camping with mates, because when we're going through the list of people, when we're there on the weekend, a lot of the people that we knew, but some people we didn't know because they were maybe new people, or if they weren't on the Facebook group, we couldn't look their name up. So I know that some people don't do Facebook and they just do YouTube, and we might not know their name, or they might have a username, nickname on YouTube and we don't recognize their actual name, or a partner might have booked for them. So it's really important that you stay camping with mates. That sort of makes it definitely part of it. And something else in regards to booking. Oh, if you do a group booking, okay? So, for example, I have booked 2 sites. Those 2 sites, one's for me, one's for my brother. When it gets closer, I can't have my name down on 2 sites. I can have the booking, but when it comes time to checking in, I can't check myself in on 2 sites. So I will check myself in as one, and then my brother will do the check-in for himself on the other one, even though I've booked it. So, and I know there's some people who are in the same situation where they've booked maybe 2 or 3 sites under the one name. When it gets closer and when you do check-in, you've got to make sure that you're checking on one site and the other people are checking in on those, which is just registration name, contact details. Who's on that site, how many people, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Have we missed any comments there? Or most people are just saying hello to one another, I think.
Yeah, some people.
Camping on.
Some people said
in
they book site numbers. Some people don't.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. There's not really any bad sites as such. Like, to be honest, the only bad sites are the corner sites, which they've actually now put out of order. So that would be sites 43, 55, I think maybe 73. And then they've got other sites like 62, 26, 27 they're sort of holding to last. But they're happy to put them as out of order because they're not as ideal, because you can get blocked in there. If you're on site, say 44, which joins 43, and you want site 43 and have 2 sites together, then you could ring and let them know that.
Yeah.
But when was the big flood there not long ago? Was that in January, around Australia Day?
Yeah, January. Yeah.
So the flood actually came up to the amenities block, not the one up near the power sites, the other one, and covered the toilets and the benches. You wouldn't even know. They got in there and cleaned it out so well. So
yeah, it's looking great.
Looking really good.
Yeah. No, they've done a great job.
Yeah, and they're really dedicated, these caretakers. The others were too, but these guys just seem like, they really want to be there, and they're looking at making improvements. Yeah, Victorians on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to our notes here. So we spoke about what you need to do with booking, that they're getting in contact with you. We've spoken about dogs, size. Okay, a little bit that bit more information that we found out as well. So the jetty park is going to be open to the public every day. Can't remember what time they start, whether it's 9 maybe in the morning, and then they shut the gate at 6 p.m. We're going to have our camp area section off, so those people, they can't come and use our amenities anyway because they're keyed. There's a public park next to the caravan park that there's a amenities block there. Like, we can use that. That's not a keyed one, but that's the public one. So there's 3 amenities blocks in total then, including that one. But come 6 p.m, they get locked out. Now, everyone, when you check in, everyone's going to get a key for the amenities and a key for the gate. That way, if you wanted to go out or you for a drive for whatever reason and you weren't getting back until after 6, you've got a key to get back in. Those people that are up on the hill, the rich people up in the powered sites, if you don't want to walk down to where the communal area is, you can drive down. You've just got, because you'll get a key to that gate as well. The key that does the bottom amenities does the top amenities. So if you're down the bottom and want to use those amenities, you can. There's also washing machines, like a laundry up the top as well. I'm just going to catch up on the comments in case we've missed anything.
Yeah.
Okay, Bruce Creswell. If the booking with the old caretakers still stand? Yes, and we checked your name that you are booked in on a powered site, and we've got the site there. I won't say what it is because you might not want everyone knowing. But yes, all the bookings that are there have been passed over. They do handovers when caretakers change over. So there was when we went through the list of everyone that had booked, there was only a couple names there that we didn't recognise, and the caretakers are chasing all those people up anyway and just double checking.
Yeah.
I just remembered on StreamYard I can't see a tag post, but I can see here Boyd's asked a question. Hey guys, when do they allocate the actual site numbers to everyone? Most people already have a site number. If you do not, then you can ring them or email them and you can choose a site number. There's still plenty available. There's 25 vacancies at the moment. There's no powered vacancies, but there's 25 unpowered vacancies, partly due to a few people cancelling, which is fine. At least they've let them know, so we've been able to release them again. And there's just a few sites there that we had. Those 25 include the corner ones as well. So there was a few sites that we blocked off until we got our numbers up, and then they're getting released. Trevor, I'm assuming Trevor Kelly's on then. Hello, if you are. No, must have been someone else then. Karen's saying, we're going to do a tag along from our place, Thornton, stopping at all the pubs and bakeries along the way. That's a long trip. Okay, I'm not sure if I paid in full or a deposit. Really good question, and I was thinking the same myself when I was there on the weekend. If you're not sure, get in contact with them. But if you've only paid a deposit 1 month out from July 18th, they're going to start contacting you to let you know that you've got a month to pay in full. Stoles Hammer's on there as well. Hope you're going well. Thanks for posting quite a lot on the Facebook group too. He's often putting up different things.
Yeah. G'day, Stoles. How you going?
We've got Gary there as well on site 91. I'm going to have a quick look at site 91.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one. That's a really good one up the other end.
Yeah.
Near that little private jetty that doesn't show up on the map. Oh, Trev Kelly is on there. Hey, Trev. Yeah, so they're already starting to get in contact with people because Rob the Wanderer let us know that was happening as well. So they're really onto it. We only saw them on Saturday and they're already sending messages out on Monday.
Yeah. If everyone needs to, they want to get a map printed out, you can get on their Facebook page or on the internet and get a map off there too. So if you want to see where your site is, there's maps and information as well on the camping ground, plus other information around of the actual area, Clarence Town and surrounding towns. So yeah, get on their website or Facebook page.
Yeah, and if you're not sure about the sites, because a park map is obviously very different to when you actually get there. Maybe say what your setup is and they might suggest one. Yeah, 25 left. I'm quite hopeful that they're going to book those ones out because I know there'll be a lot of people that haven't had the chance yet to book because it's still quite a distance in the future. But we're getting closer now. What are we, 6 months, basically?
Yeah.
So, and that's going to go really quick. We're going to be doing a recce there in May, and we're going to be taking a few people along with us. We'll announce that when it gets confirmed, and that's when we're going to really just get everything else. We're pretty well sorted, but there's just a couple of things we'll double check on, and that way we've had a weekend camping there because we might come across something different after we actually camp there for a few days with other people as well. Greggy Campbell saying that they got an email.
Yep.
Jeff's booked on site 48. Yeah, that's a nice one. That backs onto the paddock as well. Yeah, thanks, Rob. I agree. We were very blown away with these caretakers. They're very efficient and they're really nice people. We actually we didn't ring ahead. We just turned up and they gave us all the time in the world. They took us out, looked at a few little sites and we had a bit of a discussion about things. They were really good.
Yeah.
Blackers is on there. I'm pretty certain you're booked in too. Blackers? Yeah. There's a few names I get a bit confused between a few people. Now, Marky, Lavelle, and Wixie, if we've forgotten anything about the bookings, can you let us know?
I think that pretty well covers it, Landy. Like you said, just touch base. 18th of July, cut-off period. Need to know van sizes, setups, how many people are coming, dogs. And the the caretakers will be doing up a spreadsheet as well with everyone that will be coming. So if, for instance, you haven't paid up or you haven't, you've made a booking and you put a deposit down, they're going to call you anyway after the 18th of July and say, well, you booked in, do you still want that booking? And so don't stress anyone. It's still got plenty of time, and once it ticks over past the 18th of July, they'll start ringing people anyway if there's issues. So yeah.
Now that means if you haven't booked in by the 18th of July, if there's still sites left, you can obviously book in. That's just when those people who are booked in with their deposits need to pay in full. I would imagine in the next couple of months, I reckon by the end of May, it will be fully booked out, especially after we go there for a weekend in May. Greggy Campbell's just asked, does the bakery and pub know that there will be an influx of people that weekend? When we go camping there in May, we're going to go up and approach the bakery and the pub to let them know, and we'll have a bit of a chat about a few things there. We've got a couple of little ideas, but we'll talk about that with the people that are there in May. So just quickly, while people if you've got any questions, please ask them through.
Yeah.
And question from Terry. Okay. When is the final date to order the merch? Just what we're about to talk about. So Wixie and Mark have been doing a lot of the merch so far. Wixie's doing the orders and Mark's checking the payments coming through. And I think we're getting close to about 60 shirts so far sold, and we're halfway through March. I still haven't put my order in because I'm going to lose some weight or get pretty buff in the next couple of weeks. And I think Brad said the same, he hasn't ordered his. So there's still a lot of people to order. End of March. Okay, if you've got any issues around sizes or anything that you want to know, the best person to send a message to is Anthony Wicks, because him and Paul are the ones who have organised all the shirts, and they're the ones that will be dealing with it, packaging them up, doing the orders, etc. Wicks is just there saying that over 50, yeah. End of March. I'm going to probably this weekend get my order in. I think I'm just going to go. I haven't decided whether I'm going to go 2 polos, 2 Pilbarers, or 1 polo, 3 Pilbarers, because I've got these polos. That's what we're wearing now. They just don't have the stripes on them. They're quite good and they wear quite well. We were wearing them on the weekend. It was hot and they were pretty good. One thing that's really good that I noticed, because when we did a trial shirt, one of them had a digital print on it, and that's almost like a plastic that goes on it, and that heats up really bad. Whereas this is all embroidery, and the embroidery doesn't heat up, which is awesome. So that's one thing I noticed with this on the weekend, Roachy, that it's a bit like that digital print that heats up, but we don't have that, so they're going to be nice and cool. So it was a really good decision in the end to take those off. But yeah, the Pilbara ones, I don't have any Pilbara shirts at all, so I might even get 3. I might get 2 with my name on and then 1 without, because I've got heaps of polos already. So I'm probably only going to get. I've already got 1 here too, but I'll get another one. Yeah, I think the Pilbara shirts are going to look really cool, and they're good ones to wear. I saw once again Karen, because we managed to get a special order out to her. She was wearing one of hers the other day, and they do look really nice.
They are nice, yeah.
But these look nice too. Like, we looked quite smart in these wearing them, because we didn't say what we were going to wear. We all just turned up in the same matching shirt, and we looked quite smart in them. I do say so myself. Okay, Newey Joe, how do we put an order in? Please no Facebook. Okay, we did a live feed. It would be the last live feed, Newey Joe, and we ran through how to do all that ordering. Now, that reminds me, I wonder whether I've got your phone number anyway, Newey Joe. I can send you a message or give you a call if you really struggle. Yeah. I'm just thinking, I'm pretty certain I did put on, just doing it now. I'm going on YouTube on Camping with Mates, and there's a community chat on there where I sometimes put up key announcements that we put up on Facebook.
Wixie's just put a message up. Newey Joe, there's a link on the YouTube page. If not, give Wixie a call and he'll sort it out for you.
Yeah, so if you go Camping with Mates on the YouTube page, it has home, live, and posts. if you go post, the last post on there is a link to the merch order, and then it's got the details there for the payment as well. And we did a video as well that you can go back and watch at any time. But if you're still struggling, get in contact with us, Neil Joe, and we'll help you out.
The birthday boy is here now, Jamie. G'day, Jamie. How you going?
Boyd's saying that he loves the Pilbara shirts. Fantastic. Yeah, we wanted to try and do something different. We really like the polo style shirts, or fishing shirts, whatever you want to call them. Actually, someone just sent me a good message. I'm just going to actually put that up. We like those shirts, but we also have a lot of those shirts. So we try to go for something different. Just give me a moment. I'm just going to try and... No, that's not what I want. Yeah, I have to teach me a few things. That's the link there for the order for merch. It's fairly self-explanatory. However, when it comes to putting your name on things, that's the only part where it might get a bit tricky. And I recommend watching the video that Wixie and I did. So I've just put it up there. If anyone wants to see it. Yeah, go the Knights. It's how it goes. Yeah, the Knights are actually off to a good start. How's Jamie's looking going in? He set up this tipping comp, and how's he going in it? Coming last.
Yeah. He's going great at the other end.
I don't even watch the footy, and I'm coming third. Yeah. So yeah, there's the. I'll just get rid of that one. There's the link if you haven't already seen it before. So that's probably about as far as we're up to with announcements. As I said, we're going to do a recce that in May. We haven't 100% decided on the weekend, so I'm not going to announce it now, and it's going to be a little bit weather dependent. We've opened it up to the locals because they don't have as far to go, and if we can, last minute, it's not so bad. But we will open it up to others if they want to come along. It's a real casual weekend. It's more just us getting together, having fun, and it's a good opportunity for us people who are organising it to go and check a few things, because we haven't all been together for some time because we live quite a bit of distance apart and we're all quite busy. Here he is. All right, I'll just send you the link, Brad, and you can join in. So I'll pass it on to Rochi while I get that link sent to you. We're going to try and keep tonight well and truly under the hour.
Karen asked who's actually in first in the footy tipping. We all know, because we know. It's Para's still got a chance. I keep telling
All right, I've just sent you the link, Brad, if you want to join in.
Yeah.
So once these shirts are done, then, and we get a bit closer with our numbers as well, that's when we're going to do the pizza payment. And we'll probably Wixie and Mark will probably do that one, and it'll be a similar sort of setup. That's a pretty straightforward thing. We've already paid a deposit for the pizza, and how it works from there, we've paid a deposit for roughly so many people, and then depending on how many people it is at the time, that's how many they cater for. But they can cater for if only 20 of us get it, or if everyone gets it. It's not an issue, and they're booked in, and that's for the Friday night. Here he comes.
Hiroshima Howe. How you going, mate?
We don't know how to talk.
Hey, guys.
Oh, there we go.
Long pause.
Yeah.
Let me kill this one. Hang on.
What does Buck say about this? 5 Ps, 6 Ps?
Yeah.
What's been happening, everyone?
Well, we've just gone through what we did on the weekend, Brad, and about the caretakers and that they're fantastic, and just giving really important information updates. Yeah.
They were really good. always happy to give us information and help us out. And I think it's going to be a great weekend. It really will.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Although they may not, as you've probably said already, they may not be there at that point. But I'm sure that if the same standards are involved, the next lot of caretakers should be equally as good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've already had a few caretakers go through there since we started organising, and everyone, they've been fantastic and really good to deal with. They do a handover. So we actually haven't had any issues between caretakers doing a handover or anything like that. It's quite a common thing around the country that these things happen. But they've all been really great. They're all hard workers. They all look after the park and look at ways to not only keep it good, but to improve it.
These caretakers come in too. They knew we had this on, but they're obviously working hard in the background to make sure any other new caretakers that come in are going to, they're going to have all the details and all the, it's all going to be set ready for the next caretakers if that happens. So, they're all.
And each time there's been a changeover, we've always touched base with them, and we've had no issues at all. They know exactly who we are.
One thing that I noticed out there on the weekend, and I mentioned to the boys, if you have a camper trailer or a caravan or whatever, make sure you bring some leveling blocks with you, because the ground is a little bit uneven in places, and you will need to probably even your van up a little bit. So don't forget those. And if you haven't got any, good time to go and get some. Keep an eye out on the the usual Super Cheaps and Repcos and those sort of places that might have them on special coming up if you haven't got any. But you may well need them because the ground is a little bit uneven in places depending on your site. So just bear that in mind.
Yeah.
But they've also been really good with us coming up with it, because we're booking the whole thing out. We can be a little bit flexible with some of the rules. Like, for example, and this is a really common rule, everyone can have their own fire pit. It just has to be above ground. No, it doesn't have to be 1 metre above the ground. It just can't be on the ground. So just in a raised fire pit, which most people have anyway. We have approval to do a communal fire pit, which will be like one of those big washery fire baskets. If you don't know what that is, when you see it, you have seen one before. And we'll be providing the wood for that. They're fine with all that. We spoke about what our plans are for the communal area, how we're going to do it, and they're like, that's a great idea. I think Buck might have just...
Have you seen?
Is there diet pizza? I'm watching my weight after seeing that bloody song you did. Yes, a man of many talents, including putting on a few kilos.
I've seen a message there earlier, Landy. Buck said he's been off the alcohol for 2 weeks. So he's doing it tough, I think.
Yeah, well, I think the next song will be about him it'll be like a love song or something, or a sorrow song about him giving up the drink.
Yeah.
That might be another idea for Rob as an AI generated.
Yeah.
Bucks off the booze. There you go. There's a good song title. Bucks off the booze.
Slim Buckaroo could sing that one, I reckon, or play the piano or bass guitar, whatever. He's a man of many talents, but he still hasn't caught a fish. We saw someone catch a fish on the weekend, actually.
Yeah, dirty old carp, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but it was still a catch.
Greggy Campbell's just written the buck with no beer.
Yeah.
I love that.
Love it.
Oh, that's the quote of the night, I reckon.
Liberace was my idol, Buck, right? Yeah. Did you spend a bit of time with Liberace, did you, Buck? Oh, dear.
So yeah, we don't really have much else at this stage. I just say before, Brad, that we're going to do a recce camp in May, and we'll have not just us organisers, but there'll be other people coming as well. And we'll put that up on Facebook, so if people want to come along, we just haven't finalised the date. We probably won't finalise the date until it gets quite close. All we can say is we're aiming for a weekend in May after Mother's Day, so it won't be the first weekend or two in May. But then it's all obviously weather dependent as well. But we had a lot of rain as well along the coast down near Newcastle, because Clarence Town's very close to Newcastle. We had a lot of rain in the last week, not the same as what they had in northern New South Wales and Brisbane, but still over 100 mil, and that campsite was looking pretty good. There was a little bit of water in like where there's a gully area, which you don't care, it's just a gully. But even some of the boggier sites looked pretty good because they've really grassed them over. So it's not really an issue. I thought it was going to look a lot worse than what it was, but it was pretty good. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've already sent you guys those people that came to Gresford, I think I've already sent you guys a link or like a rough weekend that we're aiming for. The only reason we won't do that weekend is if the weather turns terrible, then we'll go for the weekend after. Yeah, I saw that. I haven't heard anything on the news, not that I've been watching it, but I haven't seen anything really on Facebook until Buck put that up about the flooding up there. Have you guys heard anything about that?
Yeah,
I know what he put up.
Mm.
Was it Dorothea McKellar that wrote Sunbird Country?
Is that a picture book?
No, it was a poem.
Song.
I love Sunbird Country, a land of sleeping plains. Something in drought and flooding rains or something. Yeah. Someone will comment here if it was there.
Phil Taylor said it's on the news, boys.
There you go.
I don't have a TV.
We still don't have lights either, by the looks of it.
Hey, this light's better.
Said, yes, it was, Brad. Yeah.
I'm not on candle power anymore.
In Gunnedah, Wixie's just written in Gunnedah. Oh, hang on. Is that your hometown, Wixie?
Yeah. Oh,
my country. Yeah. Dorothy.
He lives in Gunnedah. His hometown was somewhere else. Where was it? Can't remember.
Leninus?
Maitland.
That's Wixie.
Yeah, I know. Yes, mate. She is our silo art. There you go. He's a Gunnedah boy, born and bred.
That's actually a really good point. If you're coming from the north, whenever I go up to Brisbane Way, and I've been up and down a few times, I try to go the coast one way, inland the other. But if you're coming inland, there's quite a few silo arts you could do on the way through as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, who just did a recent silo art?
Steve did, and Terry did, and Phil did.
Terry G did. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think Steve and Annie Fuller did a few down south as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I think they did the Merriwa.
Merriwa.
No, it was Merriweather. That's what it was. Merriweather. Merriweather silo arts. Merriwar.
Marky's just written Merriwa, good silo art.
It's probably one of the best ones.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
But there's heaps of them there. There's quite a few free camps as well if you're coming down to New England. Whereas you're not really going to get free camps if you're coming down the coast. But the coast is a really nice trip now. It's a lot easier than what it used to be with all of the bypasses.
Oh, can you imagine what it's going to be like running from Newcastle to the Queensland border on the Pacific Highway once the Coffs Harbour bypass goes in?
Yep.
It's going to be insane. Like,
will there be any traffic lights?
Sorry, mate?
Will there be any traffic lights along the Pacific?
Well,
once you leave Heatherbrae.
Yeah. I had that conversation the other day, and it'll bypass all of that, so that after you leave Sydney at basically, where is it? Warringah there, is it? Warringah?
Oh, because they're going to do the Newcastle overpassing.
The next set of traffic lights will probably be the Gold Coast.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, right.
It's already taken a couple of hours. It's only cost at the moment slows down because of the trucks as well. But after that, really good.
Yeah.
And for those people who are coming from the north, Clarence Town's not very far off the Pacific, and you actually turn into sort of like Raymond Terrace come across.
Yeah. You
come across to it before you even get to Newcastle. You're probably a good half hour from Newcastle when you turn across. One thing we did notice, though, on the weekend, there's no servo in Clarence Town. You got servos in all the near little villages and other towns, so it's not really an issue. But there's no servo, but there is a hardware store, there's a bakery, IGA, an IGA liquor, there's a pub which also has a liquor part. It's sort of got one of everything else, but just not a servo.
Yeah, Phil's just written the Gold Coast traffic lights will make up for it. Yeah, very true. Yeah, it's very true.
It's a funny concept though, isn't it? Like, because I've gone up the Pacific many years, and I remember being stuck in, like before they did Bulladila, getting stuck in that traffic was a nightmare. And the thought of just being able to go in one go without even needing to stop, that makes it very doable to do in one hit coming down the Pacific. I'd still recommend stopping at places, but like if you're short for days or something, or if you really want to just get down here, or you might have done a lot of the northern New South Wales and you want to get down here, it's quite doable. You leave at 6 from the Gold Coast in the morning, you'd be here just after midday, ready for checking in.
You remember, I remember as a kid, you know, hearing about all the fatalities on the Pacific Highway, especially up around Bulgadila and north of there. And you know, there was that bad bus accident at Kempsey that time that killed all those people.
Yeah.
And realistically, you know, like the Bruce Highway is probably worse than what I remember the Pacific Highway back in the 80s.
Oh, the Bruce Highway is absolute shit.
It is terrible, and it's
as soon as you hit Gympie there, it's just everything about it.
And federal governments that have screwed that up and they've not funded it properly, it's a disgrace.
Yep,
it is an absolute disgrace.
Whereas the Pacific's really good.
Hey,
the Pacific Highway in New South Wales is really good because I've driven like overseas when I lived over there and I drove over there. Their roads were much better. Denser population helps, but much better roads. But the Pacific, it's really good. I can't really fault it.
Yeah.
You got plenty of stops. There's easy like exits to go into little towns, and because you got all the bypasses, there's nowhere that you should really get stuck at or slow down unless there's an accident.
Yeah. Karen just said they did a trip up there to Tweed last year and it only took 6.5 hours. The worst part.
Yeah, and then that's with cops. When's the bypass going there?
It's already under construction.
Yeah, but it's been under construction for a couple of years.
Oh, it'd have to be halfway done. It's a big project. There's a lot of hills that they've had to flatten out. And I think it's got another year or so to go, but it might even open the same time as what this extension does to the M1 here. Yeah, going across Hexham. It's powering along like you wouldn't believe. It's crazy.
It is. Oh, it is. We've got the bypass of Singleton at the moment, and they're flying through that.
Yeah. Yep. I think New South Wales needs to teach Queensland how to build roads.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Jack's just written nothing wrong with it if you drive to the conditions. Yeah, the trouble is though, Jack, you've got that much traffic on it, and in places it's 110 k's an hour, and really it's not even safe for 80. You know, the road needs to be better with the amount of people that live on the east coast of this country. That road, and that's the main link north to Cairns, as we all know. It's got to be better than that. It's a disgrace. It really is. I'm not putting shit on Queensland. I'm just saying, you know, we all live in Australia.
Speak for yourself.
And it should be. It should be better than that. It really should be. And the amount of people
some of it only single lane
every year is horrendous. And Darren, you know, granted, a lot of people don't do the right thing on it, but you know, it's got to be better than what it is currently. It has to be.
Oh, Boyd, I would agree with that. Cessnock roads are terrible. I actually reckon Singleton's not too bad, and we've had a lot of wet years, and that's why the roads are not as good. But yeah, Cessnock's terrible. Clarence Town, the roads aren't the greatest in some parts. From Clarence Town towards Maitland are pretty good. But if you start heading towards Dungog, the Dungog Shire has always been shocking, just like the Gloucester Shire has always been shocking.
Yeah.
The old patchwork roads.
I would say the road... Sorry, mate.
Yeah, but the roads that we were driving the other day were really good and they were really picturesque.
Yeah, it's nice. It's beautiful when
Yeah.
it's nice and green. All the hills are all green, and it's a really nice spot. I would say that the roads are better than what we're at Goombra, but a different environment too. But I'd say on par with probably bad patches of the Bruce. Realistically, there's a few bumps and that, but if you take it easy, you're not busting your gut to get there. Do your 80, 90, 100 Ks, whatever. But actually, I think it's 80 Ks all the way out there anyway.
Well, it's not far. If you're coming from the Pacific Highway, it's only like 15 minutes in. So you're only going to be going slow anyway, and it's not very far at all. And if you're coming from Maitland Way, what is it, 25, 30 minutes? Or maybe, I'd be at least half hour from Maitland, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
About 35 minutes.
30,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good drive, that one.
It's a nice, easy drive too. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
It's
not really windy roads. Like, it's a little bit windy, but you're on 80 anyway. So I wouldn't say it's as windy as some of the parts that we did between Alla and Goombara. There's a few spots in there that were quite windy that you had to really slow down for. Whereas this is windy, but you can basically sit on 80 the whole way. Yeah, if you're towing on a few corners, you go slower, but they're all signed well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good road. It's not a problem. Yeah. Yeah, Buck just right there a minute ago that he's that they can build shit roads, but they can play footy. Yeah. Good on you.
It'll actually be good because when's Origin finish?
I don't know.
It'll be finished by then, isn't it? So it'll be finished by then.
It'll be towards the grand finals. Yeah.
Yeah. So that will it was very good there last year, knowing that we had won. So hopefully, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
They'll come down, not want to leave. Yeah, well, Rob, he's just saying there, the road to Gloucester has a lot of potholes. Yeah, they're not the greatest of shires, those. When you get down around the Maitland Shire, like even the Singleton Shire, they look after the roads pretty well.
Hey, we're in a city, mate, not a shire. Thank you. City.
Maitland City.
Maitland City.
It is Maitland. It's a city.
I know.
Yeah.
Maitland City.
Yeah.
All right, well, we might start to wrap it up. I don't think there's much else. If you've got any last questions, throw them at us.
Yeah.
Any questions about anything at any point, send to any of us or put it up on Facebook. Any comments that come through, we need to approve. Most of the comments that get put up are really good, and we approve them. Sometimes we don't see them for a while. Like, it might be half a day before someone sees it. So don't get too upset if your comment doesn't go up straight away. You might think, oh, well, they're denying it. It's like, well, maybe we're just all busy that day and we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
We get at least, well, Roche, you and Mark mainly do the approving, disapproving. There's quite a few comments that come through that we do have to disapprove for different reasons, especially like scammers and stuff. And you're getting quite a few of those, which happens with every group. So
that's right.
It is a busy job. And that's why we've had to put the approve and disapprove on there. And just as well we did, because otherwise, when we don't see anything for 12 hours, then who knows what would happen in that time.
That's right. Yeah.
Martin's just asked, Paulie Martin, will you do another shirt run or only a one-off? Okay. Now, that probably brings up a good point because I actually had, reminding me to come back to that question, I had Gary Pye send me a message saying, is it okay if I put up where I'm going camping to Haluka, I think, for a month? Is it all right if I put that up in case anyone wants to join? I said, absolutely. I said, that's exactly what this group's about. The Camping with Mates camp that we're doing in September is not what this group's about. That's just a camp that we're doing. The group is actually about us all staying in communication with one another. If anyone's going anywhere for a camp or a get-together, whatever it is showing your camp setups or your full drive setups, asking questions, that's what the group's about. It's about the community together. So with the shirt run, after this September camp, it's not like we're handing it over to someone else to to do the next one, it's anyone can do anything at any time. So, you know, we're not even thinking past that because this is a whole community thing. It's not us.
That's right.
We will be getting a few little things that if anyone wants, like a couple banners and stuff, that will be with the Camping with Mates. That's why we took the 2025 off, and we're just having Camping with Mates. So any future things, well, we can take you can wear your shirts, you can take the banners and whatever, and use that if you want to. We'd obviously be more than happy to help anyone, because now that we've gone through the experience of doing it as well, to help if anyone wanted to organise something like this. But yeah, this is very different to the legends, how they passed it on, with Buck passing Harvey Bay, then Gumbara passing down to High Country. That's different. This is just a group of people, that this great community staying together. That's why we started this. That's why we started the Facebook group. It was just a way of us to stay in communication with one another. The whole focus here is just the community, great people. We're not interested in YouTube as such, even though we're doing this on YouTube. The only reason we're putting this out on YouTube is just because that's a platform that we can use to contact with people, such as Newy Joe, Pirate. They don't have Facebook, so that's why we're doing YouTube. If everyone was on Facebook, we wouldn't be doing the YouTube thing. It is handy to do the video thing, but we can do that on Facebook too. So yeah, even though we're organising this, we're really just doing it so everyone can get together. Our joy out of this, besides getting together with everyone, is really the fact that it's keeping the community together and watching everyone get together and have a great time. That's the pleasure that we get out of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks, Greg Campbell. Awesome. All right, well, we might wrap it up there, guys. I think we're just under the hour. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. We hit over 50 at one point, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Means that there's a lot of people. Tuesday nights seem to work well early in the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a quick question here, and then we'll wrap up. Merch question, generally speaking, is the sizing generous or on the smaller side? I'm going to probably get Wixie just to quickly comment on that, but I think from memory, it's pretty spot on, the sizing. But I'll get Wixie to answer that.
I can comment on that, Landy.
Oh, you can? Yep.
Yep. So I'm an extra large normally, and I got an extra large Pilbara shirt, and it fits. It's good. So yeah, I suppose if you want to always go up a size, and probably go up a size if you like feel that mine's not tight or anything. It actually fits really good. So I'd say the sizes are pretty generous and pretty on the money when you order the size you want. So yeah, I'm happy with mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Landy, can you just put up Wixie's comment there, mate? That's a good point.
That's right.
Yeah. The page is a platform for the everyday person to share their adventures, not an advertisement for business and YouTube. Yeah, and we get a lot of business and YouTube things coming through. Some of them are purposely put out. Some of them are not. It's accidental things, and we disapprove those because to us, everyone is equal. We appreciate YouTube and what some of the YouTubers do. We appreciate what YouTube's done, bringing a lot of us together, and especially those people in the chat that do have a YouTube account. We appreciate what they do. We're not dissing that at all. We love their work, but we're just making it clear that this is just where everyone's equals. We're only using YouTube just to get this information out. That's it.
Yeah. Jack's got a question there. Landy, can you give the link for the shirts again, please?
Sizing chart, best one to run with.
Sorry, what was that? I'll just put it up again. We might, because we're halfway through, or what have we got? Less than 2 weeks to get these orders in. We're probably going to do another about 4 or 5 days out from March ending, and the merch order ending. We could do another live feed just as a final reminder, because it can take 3 days. Some people's payments come through straight away, others take 3 days. Okay.
And Wixie also said there that the shirts are true to size. So what you order in that size, it's true size. So yeah, and I'm happy with mine. Mine fits perfectly. So I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
After seeing the Legends film clip, I'm reordering and getting an 8XL Buckaroo, the Grand Poobah of Diddly Donks.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's probably it from us. We'll be in touch again soon just to wrap up the merch to make sure everyone's getting their orders in, because we don't want people to miss out. I need to make sure I get mine in. And Wixie's just saying there, the sooner we can receive the orders, the sooner we can post them out to everyone. So everyone's going to get theirs well and truly before the camp. We might even be lucky to get a few for our recce, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
And thank you. Thanks to everyone with the comments. Thanks for joining in, and we appreciate all the positive support that you guys do. It's well worth it for us putting the effort in to do this, and we can't wait for September to come around. It'll be a great camp, and there's going to be plenty of camps happening within the community before then anyway, so feel free to join in. I don't know whether we should be promoting that. No, I'm joking. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Queensland time for an executive orders, A few rants, that's very unlike Buck.
And I'd just like to say too, with the Facebook page, if you're out camping, put your photos up. We'll obviously approve them. This is what it's all about. It's about people, when they get out camping, they share their photos and their weekend with all of us, because we all enjoy seeing what everyone else is getting up to just as much as getting out there ourselves. So yeah, keep them coming, and keep the Facebook page just running. It's good to see how many people are on the Facebook page. We're up to 384, I think it is now. So yeah, we're nearly nudging 400 members on Facebook. So that's great. So keep putting your stuff up on Facebook, please.
Yeah. And thanks to Mark and Wixie too. I mean, the amount of work those guys are doing, especially Wixie behind the scenes there of collating everything and organising these shirts. It's just a mammoth job, and they're just doing such a good job. It's unbelievable. Good job, boys. Good job.
Yeah.
Great job. Thank you.
All right. Thanks all, and good night.
Yeah. Good night, everyone. Have a safe week, and talk to you soon.
Good night, everyone. Talk soon. Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for joining in.